All right.
How well Molina enters. That's the end of the night for Gonzalo Montiel. And the countdown is on to the second half of this first group stage game in Group J. The first played in Kansas City. Guiri takes the first touch for Algeria onto the second half. One change at the intermission. It's Molina, who started it right back the majority of the last World Cup in 2022, replaces Gonzalo Montiel. Algeria unchanged. The question is, how much do they change within the personnel they already have, and how long do they go before they turn to the likes of the great Riyad Mahrez, or even Mohamed Amora, who had such a tremendous run through qualifying?
Yeah, I think you can't help but think that there'll be 10, 15 minutes where they assess the situation. Algeria, are they making inroads with the players they've got, and what I would imagine will be tactical tweaks from the manager, and if not, that's the moment that you need to start changing personnel.
Greens have scored nearly 2.5 goals a game since Vladimir Pekovic took over in June of 2024. They're the second leading scoring team in African qualifying, behind the group from Cote d'Ivoire. And they come from behind to take a point for just the third time in their World Cup history, or perhaps a win after conceding the opening goal for the first time ever at a World Cup. Monday. Argentina unchanged at the intermission, as you can see. Outside of that one change at outside back, that front three remains intact. Musa ripped away by Fernandez, but steps back in to win it for Algeria. Swept aside by Badawi. Very patient Algerian approach. Gouiri take it no further. Fernandez forward. Flattering challenge, shy of half field.
Badawi certainly timed that one right. Completely upended Messi.
Martinez dealt with by Zidane. Argentina have gone on to win 24 of the last 25 matches, in which they led at halftime. That ominous one, the group stage opener in Qatar against Saudi Arabia. Dowie. On the slicing through midfield, Maza. Trailed by Almada. Also went down, play on.
Alistair in and around Maza again. He's done so well at negating the threat into him in the first instance. Can't do it then, McAllister, but does make up for it in terms of his recovery run to make the challenge.
Taro Martinez. Squared it halfway by Rodrigo de Paul. The brilliant assist to Messi in the 17th. Match made in MLS heaven, it turns out. 2 of the 45 on the league in the United States to feature in this World Cup, in addition to 4 more from the second division USL Championship.
It's the running joke, isn't there, that you don't normally see Messi without Rodrigo de Paul, assister, bodyguard to boot.
Messi chips it ahead toward Martinez. Fernandez was breaking through as well. Paul said, "I'm doing it because I love him." Here's the shot from effort, the effort from distance from Messi. Gets Patrick Mahomes up out of his seat.
They do well, Argentina here, to win it back. For me, one is disappointing from Messi. Second of all, the way that that's defended, when he's on the edge of the box there, Algeria don't get out to him nearly quickly enough.
Zidane, French youth international, Algeria through his famous father's parents. The switch in September, started at AFCON. His manager said if I called him up, it's because he deserves it, not because of his last name. He's doing so with a broken jaw.
Difficult position as well at the moment. Goalkeeper for Algeria.
Martinez picks his head up, offers into the width. Argentina breaking forward with speed. Little back, Messi pursues. Mondi sweeps it clear.
Big opportunity, wasn't it, for Argentina in the break? Wrong decisions, wrong time, but going back to Zidane there that we saw on the screen. Three of the Algeria goalkeepers only got 10 caps between them. It'll make it 11 now tonight, so it's a position where they are very much lacking experience.
Loss of Anthony Mandrea changing things for sure. Shoulder dislocation in April, and he'd miss this World Cup. Algeria charge across halfway and to bypass Fernandez. That's Musa. They've taken a high arm play on. Messi trudging into the attacking third, slips it ahead. Martinez swiped by Zidane.
Well, being ultra critical. Martinez, does he need the extra touch? That's in the build-up. Enzo Fernandez. That extra touch he takes. Martinez takes him a little bit wide. Just think if he takes that first time, as the ball's coming through down his right-hand side, it's going to be more difficult for Zidane in goal to save.
Martinez offers the first attempt on target. Argentina since the 17th minute go-ahead. Martinez saw an ankle injury largely derail his run the 2022 World Cup. It saw Julian Alvarez spring to the fore at the age of 22. Very suffering. Well, speak of the devil. It is Julian Alvarez's turn. Nico Gonzalez will enter as well. His World Cup never began in 2022. A muscle injury saw him withdraw from the roster just 3 days prior. Mata and Lautaro Martinez give way. Second and third change for Argentina. They made the first at halftime. if you're Argentina, you have the benefit of depth. You also have the benefit of foresight, knowing what lies ahead of you. It's a monstrous tournament if you don't utilize quality depth early and often, and so they do.
Yeah, and I think, as you say, that depth is paramount, and arguably they've got the greater depth and quality. The fact that you can take Tara Martinez off and bring Alvarez on, who's had an equally very impressive season, it says a lot about this Argentinian team.
Liney, Massa, and Gouiri dropping deep. That's familiar territory. Trying to pull Argentina apart. Massa. That's a give and go. Shavy returns. Massa blocked.
It's the first time they've shown a bit of pace in and around the box for me, Algeria. There's been plenty of times where in the final third they've kept the ball for periods of times and looked quite comfortable. But the lack of pace in terms of the tempo on the ball and the movement around it hasn't been good enough. It's been far too static, and that's why they've not penetrated. Whereas there, I know they didn't completely get through and create an opportunity, but it certainly looked more dangerous.
Missed the end of the La Liga season at Atletico Madrid. Scored an important goal against the Dutch in the quarterfinals. Started 6 of the 7 games, appeared in all 7. So hoisting the trophy.
Argentina has shown their hands first with the substitutes. You can't help but think that Algeria won't be far behind. At least they need to be to make inroads into this game, because there's been a little bit of impetus in the second half, but nothing much for me has changed.
Messi in the vacated space. 2 options beginning to percolate. The service all the way across. Never got to Gonzalez.
Brilliant interception by Mondi, it really is. And you always run the danger in that position that you're going to turn it into your own net, but he knows that he has to get something on it. It's a great ball in by De Paul, but the initial touch, ball out to him by Messi, sublime.
First quarter for Argentina tonight. Messi's 8 assisted goals, tied with Maradona for the most since 1962 at the World Cup. Messi ladders around. Down to Martinez. He's played more with his feet than his hands tonight. Drops it on a dime. Messi flicks it ahead. Gonzalez chasing. Swings the cross through over Julian Alvarez. Look at deflection high. From range. Big deflection. Got it home. That's 2 for Messi. The second leading scorer in the history of the World Cup now. And Argentina's talisman delivers yet again.
At the right place at the right time for Messi. I think Zidane is going to be disappointed with this though. Yes, it comes through bodies, potentially takes a deflection. But let's start from the beginning. Wonderful touch by Messi. Great ball out from the goalkeeper. And then it's about this follow-up from McAllister. In all essence, it's extremely poor by the goalkeeper. Slightest of deflections, if that. But in that position, you need to push it out wide, Zidane. You can't push it back into the area. This will give us a better indication. I don't think there's even a deflection on the ball. And then Messi, right place at the right time, following in. And it'll be one of the easiest goals he ever scores in his career.
And that's saying something among the 913 for club and country. He scored in 5 consecutive World Cup matches. The 8-time Ballon d'Or winner has 2 on Argentina's opening night. Insurance for Argentina, and Algeria preparing substitutes, knowing time is running out. Make an impact tonight. Jordan in Santa Clara in California, then back here to face Austria in the final group stage game. Service lofted. Second effort met by Argentina. Martinez guided it out.
Reinforcements are ready for Algeria, but you can't help but think it's maybe too little, too late. Argentina went early, made the changes, made that decision. Seems to have paid off. For Algeria, that wait certainly seems now to be a bad idea.
Rodrigo de Paul. Those wondering, no, Messi has never scored a hat trick at the World Cup. That's the 3rd time he's accumulated a brace in a World Cup match, including the final in Qatar in 2022. A game that still defies all logic. Level with France after 120. Well, Algeria will make a trio of changes now. As Messi draws within one of Miroslav Klose for the most goals ever scored in this tournament. Algeria perhaps trying to stem the bleeding, perhaps trying to make a late run to take something from the match. A triple change. Weary comes out. There's Zamora. 10 goals in the last 6 games of World Cup qualifying. And yes, Riyad Mahrez, his first World Cup appearance since the lone appearance in 2014 against Belgium, back in 2014.
Replaced by the great Sam Awa.
Awar, you're a fan of his as well, so 3 attacking players that can make a real impact.
Yeah, and was the one that will be a little bit deeper of the 3 that have come on, but I think he's got wonderful technical ability. He's got an eye for goal. Probably more than anything in this moment that I think Algeria really need. He'll be that link. He'll be the ability to play forward with quality for the likes of Zamora and Mahrez and Shabi as well, that I think is so desperately needed right now for Algeria. Being said, they need to get on the ball first. See a reason as well. You can't help but wonder why Mora doesn't start. As I mentioned, 14 goal contributions in qualifying. Nobody contributed more in the African qualifying, 10 of those goals, so seems like a strange decision not to start him.
Ball ahead. Could this be the moment? Zidane just enough to whisk away Messi's effort toward a hat trick.
Wow, the whole stadium held its breath, waiting for history. There's not much that this man hasn't achieved in world football. But a World Cup hat trick really would put the cherry on top.